So, y'all don't have to forget a hand, man. It is just what it is. And I'm doing this a little different. Alright, y'all are here. Alright, guys, I got a lot to tell you. So, I'm going to be piecing some stuff together. I'm at the Walmart DC delivering this load. They said about 4 hours or something like that. 3 to 4 hours. I'm hoping it don't take that long. Then I'm going into Lubbock and I'm spending an entire day with my dad. The company can do what the hell they want to do. They had supposed to give me time on the load, and they did. But the way they did it, it still became a nightmare because it's this company. They're just not. It's a starter company, and a lot of times they're like chickens with their head cut off, and it's just really, it's pretty deplorable. Oh, I got a new hat. Let me show y'all. It was I thought it was kind of cool. I got it at Love's. I told y'all I'm a baseball cap. I love fitted hats. If I can get fitted ones, that's cool. The truck stops used to have some great collections of hats. Now it's all this camouflage bull crap. And I get that there are those folks that want to go hunting, and that's just their damn life. But unfortunately, that's not everybody. And they used to have good collections of hats. Not so much anymore. But this is it was at the one here in Texas. And I like look underneath there. That's kind of cool, huh? And it says Oakland on the back. So anyway, I love raised letter hats. This was like one of the best things they ever built. Had started out, I love raised letter hats. Anyway, that's the new hat. That's the new hat, and I like it, so I bought it. And I also got one from Wheat Montana Farms. I haven't worn it yet, but I did get one from there too. Where do we start? So yesterday's nightmare. So here's the deal. When I worked for Conway, what I liked about them, it was a much grown-up company, but they told you could home time in any state you wanted to that they pretty much ran in. And they ran in virtually every state, with the exception of a little portion of Florida, but you could home time anywhere you wanted. Even up in Canada, as long as they ran up in that area, you home time. So you take your truck home. Take your truck home. I home time between Phoenix, obviously, which is my home state, Phoenix, Arizona. I home time in Lubbock, Texas, which is where my father is, and I would home time in Nashville, Tennessee, which was where my favorite aunt is. Those were the 3 major states that I home timed in. When I came back to the company I'm with, I asked them, I said, look, I'm hearing that you can home time anywhere, because when I was with them before, in 2010, and again, they had everybody by the balls, folks needed somewhere to work, and folks living on a truck like I'm doing, because they had no choice. I had a choice. I actually left a corporate job. And chose to come back in this industry. This is what I will retire out of. Not necessarily this company. I know it's not this company. I'm there now. Yesterday was like, it was it for me. Like I said, the only real thing I like about the company, I got a newer truck, and I love my driver manager. That's it. Everything else is still, it's just so disorganized and so crazy. And there are still buttholes in the company. So, the group that I'm based out of, I'm a refrigerated division, and the main refrigerated division is based out of Utah, okay? So there's a lot of reefer companies in Utah, by the way. So the main division is based out of Utah. The issue that I have with the company that I work for is when I asked, I'm the same way I was with Pride, Pride. I asked them, do you repair your trucks over the road if they break down? Well, yes, unless it's something minor. Well, minor to me is not me sweating with my dog up in the truck and it's like almost 120, 130 in that damn cab, and you tell me to roll down the windows. I already have the back windows open. I'm not going to roll down the front windows to where somebody can come in the cab while I'm sleeping and kill my ass or rape me or whatever. I'm not doing that. That's insanity. And that's basically what they told me to do. So with Conway, if I wanted to go home time, this is what my normal home time was. They would, if I was going to do home time in Lubbock, they would, because there's freight that goes through Lubbock, but it's a town. It's not a major city. It is a town with a lot of, like, it has Texas Tech in it. It has a lot of good hospitals there. Their medical facilities are pretty stealth. But it is a small town. The next biggest, I think, would be Amarillo, which is just north of there. But Lubbock is like the main city in the western part of Texas, okay? And they do have, obviously, reefer stuff go through, and occasionally they had reefer stuff come through my division out of Illinois, because I ran into a driver who took refrigerated from Illinois to Lubbock. But even with Conway, they did not have a lot of freight going into Lubbock. So what they would do is they would get me to Dallas, okay? Lubbock is exactly 300 miles from Dallas, 280 some miles from Dallas, okay? They would get me to Dallas. I would drop a load, usually with like a Ross or a Bose or some company near the Dallas area. I would drop a load there, and then they would give me a deadhead order to Lubbock for home time. And I would deadhead to home time. You got a driver out here who's, A, this is one of the top 10 most dangerous jobs. B, if it was a load I was picking in Lubbock, wouldn't be a problem. You deadhead me there. See, these trucks are fuel efficient. It's not costing you that much money in fuel, okay? So instead, she's like, oh, well, that's 300 miles away. You know, my driver manager. And because I found out from Trainer Bill, the guy I trained with, he was in California. He was like, I don't know, like 150 miles from his home. That was too far for him to deadhead. They had to get him closer. So he had to do another run to get closer to home because the company we're with, this guy's 21 years with your company. Are you shitting me? He's a million-mile accident-free. When you have mature drivers like that, to keep them, you work that crap out. you work that crap out. 21 freaking years, a million miles accident-free, has trained students for 20 years for this company. Are you shitting me? He should have all the damn leeway in the world. Bro, let me get you 90 miles of a personal conveyance. We'll put a fridge on your damn truck. Tell you what, when you need home time, we're willing to go up to 300 miles, 400 miles, 500 miles if it needs to get you home. Keep working for us. Okay? I'm serious. It's insanity. And it's a starter company. So instead of deadheading me, and then I have some issues with the truck, which I'm going to tell y'all once I get to Phoenix what's going on, because I'm going to be stuck with them for a minimum of 30 days. Because I have to have the piece of equipment, I have reporting that comes off of it, and I've been intermittent on it because of issues with the bunk heater where I'm not able to run it consistently. And so, like right now, I can't idle because the temperature is under 68 degrees. So between, I think it's 30 something and 68, the truck will, it goes into just, it turns off. It stops idling. And the reason it does that is because fuel. They want to save fuel. But the problem, again, these trucks are now so fuel efficient from when they first started this process. And when I started back in 2010, the trucks didn't auto cut off. You just run it. And my first driver manager, he didn't bother me. He like, you ain't had no accident. You ain't had no incident. You ain't run over nobody. I ain't bothering you. I don't even have to talk to you. You do your job and no, I do my job. It was somebody, he didn't bother with me. So the second one I had, she was more anal on it because she was more trying to be corporate because she was a former driver. She was good, but she was a former driver, so she was trying to be all anal about it. Anyway, what ended up happening yesterday, which kind of blew me out the water, so they wouldn't give me a deadhead. So she's my driver manager. She's trying to work with me through the confines of this trucking company. And so, and what her job is. And I understand corporate jobs and you have to work around the BS that the company puts out. So, because originally they had us where we couldn't back the truck without wearing the seatbelt. It was I guess if they caught you on the little camera that they had active in the truck, which they finally turned off, supposedly, I have it, was taped off when I got in the truck and I helped tape it up some more. Because this right here is eerie to me. I don't have a problem with the outside camera. I think they need more outside cameras. I'm not going to lie. On the side, everything, they need outside cameras. I'm good. When I get my own personal truck, I'm going to have to set up a whole camera system on my damn truck. Because you got people that will hit you, all sorts of stuff, and then haul butt. Because I had a guy who bumped my mirror the other day on his truck, and he hauled ass around the corner. The only good part is he didn't break anything, but had he broke something, I would have hauled ass right around the corner following him. But, in Texas, as a matter of fact, and coming out of La Porte, I was hot. The issue that I have is that, like I said, with Conway, and maybe I got a little spoiled with them, so I'm looking for a company on that level. Just pray I get a good driver manager. That's really, when I want a home time wherever the hell I want a home time, I want a home time wherever the hell I want a home time. And I want a dog. And I want to be able to put a refrigerator on the truck, even if I can't have one installed, but I have a decent inverter where I can plug one in. That's what I'm going to do. What ended up happening, I got this load. It is a Walmart load. So I picked it up at of our cold facilities. I'm going to tell you which one, because we have several different ones, warehouses. I picked the load up. I dropped at their facility in LaPorte the beef, and then they sent me to their facility in Dallas to get loaded for this Walmart run, which was a 2-stop load. Part of it was a local driver run, which is my other issue, which I hate. And because every time I deal with local stuff, it's always some BS. So initially when they gave me the run, and y'all got to follow the time frame, so you got to follow the time frame. When they gave me the run, and I'm going to read you the damn message from this other jerk off here in a minute.
Home. Messaging.
Let me turn this down.
You have 8 hours and 0.
Alright, so I'm going to read you this message from this other guy here when I get to it. So I turned around and I got the run, and on the run, the first pickup was at 5 a.m. at the facility in Dallas for the cold storage facility for what I'm carrying. Okay, 5 a.m. in the morning on the 14th. Okay, so I got there because I finished in LaPorte the day before, which was the 13th, which was Friday. I finished there, and then after my sleeper berth came back, after I had my time back after sleeper berth, I headed on down towards the facility. I was gonna try to do laundry and do a shower that day, because I was now going on day, was that day 2 or 3? Might have been 3. I can't remember. I was on day 2 or 3, because I told you I do showers every other day, but I think I was on day 3, and I needed that. Day 2, I needed a shower. Yesterday, I think, was day 3. So, that's what I'm going to start doing on my calendar. S for shower, and yeah, that way I can track it. I usually know if I do every other day, but if I get to the 3rd day, I start losing track. So, I wanted to do a shower, and I needed to do laundry. But then I said, well, you know what? I'm going to Lubbock. I can do laundry there. I'm going to be staying at Griffin as far as the truck is concerned. I'll probably stay with my dad tomorrow or today when I get in, up until tomorrow afternoon, evening, and then I'm going to head out from Lubbock to head to Phoenix. So they got me. She said, I'm going to get you some time on the load, and you can just route yourself through Lubbock on to Phoenix. Phoenix is literally 12 hours from Lubbock. So if I was in a car, I could be in Phoenix in a day. In a truck, it's going to take me probably a day and a half, because weight, terrain, my limit on my speed for this freaking truck. That's 60 miles an hour on my nerves too. And it's not that I'm a fast driver, but when I want to pass a truck, or if I'm in a good area where I got a good flow going, this truck needs to be 65 plus. I mean, it's not safe anymore at 60. And they're not doing it for safety reasons. They're doing it for fuel economy. I got to the facility at 5, and they had sent me a message that said they had rescheduled my stop 1, and they had also scheduled oh shit, what did I do with that? After this buzzer from them, I need to put that up there, so in case so they can hear it if I need to, or they'll call me. They had rescheduled me for stop 1. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he's trying to tell that guy to wake up as though he was done. They had rescheduled me for stop 1, and they had scheduled the end of the stop. Now, I'm not taking it all the way into California, which is where the load is going. I'm going to be dropping it in Phoenix, and some other drivers taking it into California, because I'm going to be on home time, and this truck has to go to the shop, and I have to take this class. That's another starter thing. I took the class back in 2010. Same freaking class. I gotta take it again. It's a starter company thing, and I get it for a new driver. But if you're experienced, why in the hell am I taking that damn class? It makes no damn sense. I've driven snow. I've driven inclement weather. It's not making. All they're doing is assessing how I do it. And if you have a driver who's done that, you should have records of this crap. I'm just so irritated. So, lo and behold, what then ends up happening, I turn around, and they're showing that originally I'm there at 5 a.m. for the shipping, and originally at 8:30 at night, 20:30, I was supposed to come here to this Walmart that is 1 mile And I didn't know till I got there. Because what I do is I do legs. If I have I do the first leg is getting to the shipper. After I get to the shipper, then I review the second leg. I write everything down ahead of time, but I review the legs and the distances in the legs of the trip. So first leg was getting to the shipper. That's XYZ miles. Once I'm at the shipper, then if I have a stop, I'll then review how many miles it is from the shipper to the stop. So after I got to the shipper, I got to the stop, and then I realized these geniuses, they rescheduled the load for stop 1 at 6:30 in the morning on the 14th. Follow me. I'm on the 14th at 5 in the morning. I'm at the shipper in Dallas. The Walmart is in Claiborne, that's where I'm at right now, which is a DC in Claiborne, which is 1.5 hours outside of the shipper. 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm at the shipper. At 6:30 in the morning, same day, I'm supposed to be here in Claiborne. So 5 in the morning, I pull into the shipper. I was in there early, but it doesn't matter. The shipper is by appointment. A load on a reefer, normally they give us a 2-hour window to get loaded, and it can sometimes take longer. So let me help you out. I got there, I was there overnight, but I checked in at 3:45 in the morning, okay? I literally was there from 3:45 in the morning at the shipper until 11:18 in the afternoon when they finally got me finished loading and paperwork at the shipper. But you wanted me to come in at 5 a.m. in the morning, I guess just stand there and go like this, let the trailers load it, and then drive an hour and a half to stop 1. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because it's an hour and a half. You gave no time for loading. And after I'm loaded, you still have to give me time to get there. Okay? And you need to give me enough time to where I can get there safely. These people have had, in a period of 15 days, 17 turnovers. 1 resulting in a fatality. And they've had even more than that in a period of 15 days. My dad said to me, he said, if we had that with the railroad, he said the federal government and higher management would be down there in our ass. He said, there's no way. He said, don't you guys? I said, I think they might be greasing some palms. I'm just saying. So I don't know. I said, but I also understand the whys. 1, you got a lot of babies driving who don't know what the hell they're doing. 2, the way you're planning the loads, it's almost, if you don't have a person who's competent enough to know, I'm going to do it safe and not kill nobody, they're going to drive a plum ass fool to meet that time to try to get that little chump change. And that's a problem. That's a huge problem. So anyway, I send a message, and let me see if I can find this. Hold on. Okay, I send this message. Freeform to dispatch. Appointment for stop 2 or stop 1 is showing at 6:30. I said, that can't be right. Shipper appointment is at 5 a.m. I said, the stop is approximately 1.5 hours from here. That leaves no time to be loaded and to drive there. Please clarify. Make me understand. Wait for you guys to hear the response. Oh my God, these guys are such buttholes. This is the Utah group. Hold on. Let me see if I can get that. Hold on. Yes, that is correct. Hopefully the shipper will load you quickly. However, if they don't, just send in a macro 22 for stop whatever, the Steve guy in Utah. I had to sit in the truck and laugh because that was such a crazy ass answer. It's not right. There's no way. You had it scheduled for 8:30 at night. You should have left it at 8:30 at night. I could have got it there then. Instead, you moved it. Well, we had more stuff happen. I'm going to show y'all some pictures because I had to call breakdown. I'll get to that in a minute. At this point, my day is not going too good. Okay? I'm very irritated at this. And I'm just irritated because I'm trying to get to Lubbock to chill the hell out. Check on my father because there's some stuff going on with him. Try to have a come to Jesus meeting to make sure he gets his crap in order so if something happens, I can handle it. If not, his other child gonna have to, because I'm not about this organization. But anyway, gonna get to that. So I go through all this, and then I go ahead and just send a late call because I know this is crazy as hell. So I send my late call in. I get no response from Utah, which they've been famous for. I get absolutely no response from these jerk-offs. Okay? Zero. Excuse me, y'all. I do like this hat. I love that. That's just a cool ass look. And the raised emblem. I like that. I like that. I like the hat. Anyway, I'm going to get back to the 49er. I'm going to get some more hats because they had some more hats I want to get. They have some raised. There were some I was okay with that weren't bad, but I had specific hats I wanted. So, I turn around and I go to, what's the name of it? I turn around and I send a late call. And then I reply back because they didn't reply. And I said, look, you guys haven't told me anything on the late call, good, bad, or indifferent. Oh, we sent it over to your driver manager. Dude, my driver manager don't work on Saturday. That's why I hate weekend dispatch. Oh, there's a Joe covering her in Europa, because that's where I'm based out of, is California, Europa. Okay. And I think Europa just started putting people on the weekends to cover, because Utah is supposed to do a lot more of the coverage, because Utah does some really shady McLaughlin stuff. And now I'm finding that the driver managers are coming in. They're saying that just to help out, but really I think it's just to make sure that Utah don't do some crazy McLaughlin stuff, okay? So, because when we had that come to Jesus meeting, me and my driver manager, she told me that Utah has been known for some of the issues that I've had. And so I think that they're coming in because there is a shortage in drivers. That drivers are bailing. Like I said, when I went to Phoenix, all of a sudden there was no owner-operated trucks out there. Usually have them out there on the front of the yard. It was empty. All of a sudden, that thing, owner-op trucks, the owner-ops are getting out them leases, and they're like bailing because of the merger. Because there's going to be some change with the merger. Because the company we merged with, if I'm right about them, I don't think they let owner-ops train. And the owner-ops at this company, the way they're making that truck payment is they have to train in order to make that weekly truck payment. Because the company used to play this mileage game with them. And so as soon as you sign an owner-op, they wouldn't give you enough miles to make your payment unless you trained. So that's kind of what's going on. And that's when I'm good. I don't like games. So lo and behold, I finally got loaded 11:18. So they made me slide the tandems back to load the trailer. Hell, empty, slid them back, no problem. After I got loaded, we couldn't get the pins to pop in, okay? Had to call breakdown. Another driver from the company, a day cab driver, was there. He tried to help me. He said, your pins aren't popping. We only got 2 pins, one on each side to pop. The other stuff wouldn't pop. Call breakdown. Breakdown sends TA out. TA, I have brother, thank you. His name is Johnny. Dallas, Texas. I think it's I-20. I think 635 I-20. One of those. That TA. He came from that TA. Johnny, you're the bomb. I don't even know if you ever see this video. Y'all, Johnny's the bomb. I'll get to that in a minute. He came out. It was a brother from TA. Black guy. Cool. Cool as hell. Veteran. Thank you for serving. And to the rest of y'all for serving. My dad served too, Vietnam. So, Johnny comes out and he's like, dang. He has to get the sledgehammer to pop in the things. But while he's there, he said, I know why else you having a problem. He said, come on back here. My airbag was crumpled. So what happened is when I put the tandems to the rear, and he said your trailer is probably overweight. He said that's normally when you see it. Well, Trucker Bill, not Trainer Bill, Trucker Bill told me that also happens when they're going over with that forklift. If they're popping that stuff on there, they can bust your airbag, and they can pop your airbag. So the airbag on the trailer got crumpled, and the only normal fix to fix that is they have to come and jack the trailer up and get under there and fix it. And I'm loaded. And I couldn't drive it that way even to get it to our terminal in Lancaster, because if I hit a pothole and the thing decides to pop open to actually go back up, it would pop the trailer, possibly causing a rollover. This was my day yesterday, y'all. This was my freaking day. This was my day. I'm supposed to be in Lubbock, Texas, having a damn steak dinner with my dad, enjoying a day with his crazy butt. And instead, I'm dealing with this company and their ghetto crap. The jacked up scheduling of the load, which wasn't going to happen. So they reschedule it, and I'm stuck in Dallas for a whole nother damn day. I go late. So initially, they were talking about when I had to call breakdown about the bag. Oh, you might be stuck till Monday because we can't get a trailer shop out there. We got a damn terminal in Lancaster with a shop. Send somebody's ass out here to fix this. She's like, oh, we do. This breakdown. I'm telling her how to do her job. I said, ma'am. She tells me we'll reject the load because it's the shipper's fault for loading something on a broken trailer. No, it's not. It's your fault for not maintaining the trailer. If the trailer's broken, that is your trailer. It's not their trailer. It's not their responsibility to maintain the trailer. I'm like, I gotta go. This is the whole response was crazy. I said, baby girl, we need to stop. We need to stop this freaking conversation now, and we're gonna back the train up. I'm gonna explain some stuff to you. First of all, I brought this trailer out of Wisconsin. It was preloaded with beef at JBS Beef. I said, trailer was fine. I pre-tripped it. It was fine. The airbag issue just happened. These people didn't break the trailer. I drove this trailer in here empty. I washed it, pre-tripped it, and none of this was like this until just now. I said, what happened is that either it's overloaded or something happened to cause the airbag to crumple. And we're having problems sliding the tandems, which is when we discovered the airbag issue. This just happened. So rejecting the load is not going to happen. This company needs to get somebody out here and fix this freaking trailer. Okay? And I said, now, we have a terminal in freaking Lancaster. Do they have somebody come out? Or bring me another reefer and we can have the shipper, unfortunately, load the stuff onto the other reefer. They'll schedule that. I had it happen with Chobani. Okay? Because they don't maintain their trailers. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna breathe. Let me talk to my supervisor. You do that. You do that. So then, about 30, 40 minutes later, she comes back to me. Shannon, you there? I'm here. She's like, well, the first guy should have called Lancaster opposed to TA. Whatever. So what are we doing about these airbags? Well, I called Lancaster. Lancaster's going to send somebody out to see if they can fix the airbags there on site. Okay. And the other thing, for my people who drive reefer, there's 2 or 3. 3 types of trucks you drive where a company will do the splits to get that crap fixed. Reefer, hazmat, tanker. Food grade tanker especially. Anything that's perishable or going to cost money. They contract on these loads. That's why you have to check so much stuff. I fill out something 2 times a day. Temperature, pre-trip, temperature, post-trip. They want to make sure that's running properly. Okay? You check your if you're a reefer driver, check your reefer every time you stop to go to the bathroom. Check that damn reefer. Okay? I do it because you can have buttholes out here who'll come and try to mess with your temperature. Check your damn reefer. Talking to you. Okay? I do, every time I stop, I even do a tug test because people will pull your 5th wheel handle just to be dicks. I do a tug test to make sure that I'm connected. You don't do a hard tug test because if you're disconnected, the trailer's going to flop. But you want to do a little tug test to make sure that it's still connected. Or look underneath and make sure you have your latch. I don't be trusting these folks. Because there's some shady, evil McLaughlin people in trucking. So, they were supposed to send somebody. I set for another 30, 40 minutes. So I actually didn't leave the shipper until, sometime in the afternoon, late afternoon. But here's how it got fixed. So my company was supposed to send somebody out. They hadn't sent nobody from Lancaster terminal. The guy who came from TA who fixed the sliding of the tandems, he called me. He said, baby girl, you still at that facility? I said, yeah. He said, I'm off the clock and I got an idea on how to pop that airbag back up for you. He said it's an old school method, but I'm going to tell you how. He said, we're going to do that. I'm on my way to you. He came about 15, 20 minutes after that conversation and he got that airbag to pop. I'm going to share this method with you for anybody. I'm going to put pictures at the end for anybody who ever goes through this on how to fix a crumpled airbag. You got to double check and make sure it works. It's not 100%, but it worked in this case, and it may work in yours if you ever run into it. He said, he got there. He said, what I want you to do is go ahead and air up your trailer brakes. So I aired them up. Okay, so I aired them up. No, hold on. Back up. He said, the first thing I want you to do, he says, I want you to make that trailer ass go up into the sky. So your brakes are engaged. Your brakes, you evacuate your air to lock your brakes. So you lock your brakes, and then you tractor brakes, you unlock them, you supply air. And then what you do is you go into reverse, and you make the ass of the trailer go up. So if your brakes are holding, the butt will go like this. So originally your trailer's like this, and the tractor's here. When you go to push back, that trailer's going to go like this, okay? So my elbow's the end of the trailer, okay? Then you bring it down, and then you supply air to your trailer brakes, okay? Leave the air, I'm talking about the red knob, leave that air in. Then you have something called a trailer brake handle. It's like a lever inside your truck. And then what you're going to do after your brakes air up, you hear the air gone, then what you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing again, but you're not going to unlock, you're not going to evacuate the air from the trailer air supply. You're going to leave that engaged. And what you're going to do is you're going to use your trailer brake handle. And you're going to drop that handle all the way down to lock your brakes. And you're going to back that truck up again and put that ass back up in the air. When you come back down, that airbag should say, and it did. He popped the airbag with that method. He said, damn, I'm good. So to Johnny, sir, thank you. You were off the clock. You're the man. Thank you for serving. He was totally cool. He says, and you said you want to see your dad. He said, I just came. That baby girl trying to go home. And so he actually came out. He helped. He was phenomenal. So big ups. I even sent something to the company, even though I know this sorry ass company probably is not going to do anything to acknowledge him. But they should even send something to him, something just to say thanks. Because it saved their ass a lot of money. Because they would have sent a wrecker out there to actually crane this truck up in the air, get under there, and repair those airbags. That's what they were originally going to do. All of this I'm saying is because all this drama is because you couldn't deadhead me to Lubbock. It's drama. And on top of that, you got me doing this damn local run for Wally World. Don't get me wrong, I like Wally. I will say this. This is probably, I have my top favorite 2 companies to work with. U.S. Cold Storage, and Walmart. They are so freaking organized. And there was another one I went to who was really organized. I'm big on organization. I can't stand it if you're not organized. Oh, Hershey. Top organized companies. When you go in as a truck driver, it's organized. My fiasco with the loading, that's the other. It's a different cold storage, not U.S. Cold. It's a different cold storage, and they're always, yeah, not the best. So that's gonna be this video. I'm gonna put the pictures up at the end, and then I'm probably gonna upload this today. But yeah, I'm supposed to be in Lubbock later this afternoon. They told me 3 or 4 hours to. Oh, well, I think I'm done. They got the green light. So I think I'm done. I'm just waiting for her to either call me. She told me 3 or 4 hours, but it looks like they're done. I think they got to put, and then they just got to do the paperwork. So hopefully they'll call me here in a little bit and let me know.